Okay, hopefully this video will take off without any interruptions. Hello everyone, happy Mother's Day for those of you that celebrate it. For you that don't, like myself, then it's just a regular day. But I do call and respect those that do celebrate it. Um, at any rate, it's kind of like what I came on here to talk about, these holidays and days and things. Um, I think the non-celebratory part for me in my family came in when I met my husband. Now I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, as you all know, and my family, we celebrate holidays, Christmas, the Easter, Thanksgiving, all that, stuff. Um, my mom would have big Sunday dinners, even if the holiday didn't fall on that day, she would just be like, okay, everybody come over on Sunday. So that was just something we did. If it fell on a church day, like Saturday, then, she would have dinner at her house, but she would cook the night before because you're not supposed to cook or do any work on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath. Speaking from the Seventh-day Adventist standpoint. So that's what we did. And it was wonderful. My mom was the kind of person that give me my flowers while I'm living. And I feel the same way. On Mother's Day, you better not come over to my house, empty-handed, talking, to my mom about, I didn't have a chance to get a gift or nothing. You better get a gift. If you can't make it, you better call her and say Happy Mother's Day. You better send that gift in the mail, Pony Express, Federal Express, whatever. She better get something, okay? Or you gonna get something, and you ain't gonna like it. But she felt that she was deserved that, and much respect due. So that's what we did. But when I met my husband, we got married and all that. My kids, when they were young, of course, did make the stuff in school and, all the other kind of stuff in church and macaroni art and, everything, And, that was nice. It was beautiful. But, we don't require that now of Micaiah. If he wants to make something, he can make something, and we don't celebrate the holidays. So he's not really into that type of thing. He'll just make something because he wants to make it. He tells us he loves us all the time, comes up, hugs us, kisses us, loves on us. We love back on him. So it's not even, don't need a holiday to do that. And that's where Mother's Day comes in. Now, I'm not kicking nobody's back in that wants to celebrate it. It's fine and dandy. I'm going to tell you why we don't celebrate it. And the reason why we don't celebrate it is because I'm a mom every day. Okay, I've been a mom for 31 years. Okay, so to kids that are mine, to kids that aren't mine, I've been a mom, and I am still a mom. So, and I'll always be a mom. But, it's not just one day that I'm a mom. So that's one reason why we got a problem with it, because I'm a mom every day, not just Mother's Day. I feel that I should get respect every day, not just Mother's Day. I feel that you should buy me, things every day, or any day in the calendar year, not just this one day. I feel like you should be good every day of the year, not just this one day. It's like this one day where people be like, okay, I gotta go and buy something. I gotta go and be on my best behavior and this and that and the other. No, you should be like that every day for your mother. Every day. Not just that one day. Oh, and it's like so many people, and even mothers get bent out of shape. Oh, my child didn't buy me this, or my child didn't do this, do that. Why is it just so significant on this one day? I'll tell you why. Because society has commercialized it. You gotta buy your wife the biggest diamond in the world because flowers. It's Mother's Day. She deserves it. Your kids, you got to take your mom out to eat, or you got to buy her the prettiest bouquet of flowers because it's Mother's Day. And what better way to say you love your mom than to do this and spend a whole bunch of money on her that you can't even afford to spend? And, then if you can't afford to spend it, you can't afford to do those things, you feel bad. Your mom is looking at you like you got two heads, like you didn't care about me enough to get. No. I do want my children to give me flowers, to give me my flowers while I'm here. I can understand that sentiment. But that doesn't mean to give me flowers on Mother's Day because we don't celebrate that day anyway. So that's not what that means. What that means to give me my flowers while I'm here, it means to love me while I'm still living. Okay, it's not really talking about flowers per se in a literal sense. It means to give me my respect while I'm still living, to give me my love while I'm still living, to give me the adoration while I'm still living, to give me the admiration while I'm still living, to give me the respect while I'm still living. Don't wait till I'm dead and gone and then you standing up there at the casket or at the wake crying, talking about, oh, I wish I had a chance to tell her this, or I wish I would have done that, and this and that and the other. It doesn't matter because she's not here anymore. So none of that matters. You need to do that while the person is still living. You need to go and visit the person. You need to call the person. Don't just text, because texting is so impersonal. It makes me sick. Okay, it literally makes me want to throw up. Where people are like, oh, well, I texted him and said this. Nah, don't text me and say nothing of importance. And even saying hello is important. Don't text me. I don't want to hear that. If we're supposed to go somewhere and you're like, okay, let me text her and let her know I'm late. Okay, that's fine. But don't text me and try to have a whole conversation. It turns out to be a book, that you texting. No. Call me on the phone. I want to hear your voice. Even if you you know Facebook call me, IM or whatever they call it, face to face, Zoom or whatever, do that. I want to see a face. I like to see people's expressions, and that type of thing. A lot of times I like to see that because I want to know if you bullshitting me or not, for real. Because I can read your body language and I can tell. But other times, it's people that I love, my loved ones, I want to see them, because I live all the way over here on the East Coast. So it's not like, the West Coast, sorry. So it's not like they can hop in their car because they're on the East Coast. It's not like they can hop in their car and drive across country over here, so that's unrealistic thinking. So I like to see their face, if not, then I'll at least like to hear their voice. But don't text me, with stuff like that. Because no. Oh, I just want to text you and say happy birthday. No. You can put something on Facebook and say happy birthday, but you better call me too. Okay, I like to hear your voice. And with Mother's Day, it's just, I understand why people do it, but I just think it's the wrong thing to do. Because, that means you're going to act up all 364 days, but just be good on this one day. Like, that's not the way it should be. You're going to buy me flowers on this one day, but not all the other days. What's wrong with buying me a piece of jewelry on August 11th or February 10th or September 6th? Like, why are you just going to be nice and sweet to me on this one day? Because society says so? That's not right. It's not right. Let's not fall into that trap, family. Let's not do that. If you are fortunate and lucky enough to have your mother still on this planet, on this earth, in this realm with you, you need to love on her every day. You need to respect her every day. Now, you don't need to call her every day because that can be a little much. I'll probably be like, tone it down to calling. I'm not a caller per se. Don't call me every day. No. I got a life. No. No. But call your mom. Give her that respect. Send her a gift. It don't gotta be nothing expensive. You know, I don't know, but you know what your mom like. You should know. And if you don't know, maybe you should talk to her, have a conversation, ask her without asking her, so that way she doesn't know that you're up to something, but you can ask her. Or just look around the house. Maybe you could see, okay, my mom likes flowers because she always has a vase of flowers on the table, or my mom likes, cards, or my mom likes, I can make her something, she likes, stuff, so you could figure out what your mom likes and make her. And trust me, I'm a mother. Whatever comes from our child, even if we don't like them, or don't like it, rather, don't like what they made, or don't like what they bought, we still want to display it. It's going to sit there on the table and we're going to brag about it. We're going to tell our friends and everything, because that's what moms do. At least that's what I did. So, my kids, they, me and my daughter talk all the time. And I love it because I love her. I don't mind it. We hang out more. I've been able to hang out with her a little bit more since I've been over here and everything. So, she, spends money on her mama. She pays for stuff and pay for everything. I ain't got to pay for nothing. I'll be like, no. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm paying for this. I know, mom, put your money where I got it. I'm like, look, no, let me pay for it. I feel bad. But, that's what we do. My eldest son, on the other hand, he will call me, and FaceTime me. That's the word I was looking for. FaceTime me and, talk to me or whatever, And Eric is just Eric. I love him to death. My little one that's here, Micaiah, he, like I said, he always loving on me, loving on us. So, that's just his thing. And I love them to death for they're so sweet. But all my kids have different qualities, about them that I love. They're my babies. And I know that, it's hard, being a mom and worrying about your kids, no matter how old they are, you still gonna worry about them. It's just part of life. But love your children, listen to your children. Part of the reason why my son doesn't go to school is because I don't watch the news per se. Like, I might watch, I watch YouTube, so we don't have cable television. So I watch YouTube, and sometimes it'd be like Lester, I forget what his name is, but the guy with the NBC Nightly News. So I watch that, so just so I can know what's going on, And he'll hit on high points. So it's only about 6 or 7 minutes, not very long. But he'll hit on interesting stuff. So I'll be like, oh, okay. This is what's going on. That's what's going on. This new law has passed, or this bill has passed. And I also read a lot. And I also listen to different commentary on Facebook from different people that I can trust and that are knowledgeable and know what they're talking about. So that's how I find out things, and that's how I know things. And I research and, I listen. I'm very observant. So that's how I find out stuff. And, it was this one instance where this 6-year-old was on a bus. Something bad happened to him. I can't even say what it is because I'm going to post this video to Facebook, but you guys should look into that. Something bad. And it was a girl that was in the classroom. Something bad happened to her. There's always, not always, but there's quite often, oh, hold on, guys. I had my sliding glass door open. Actually, my husband had it open. Because he was sitting out there. I just sent him to the store, but they doing something out there. Sound like they mowing grass or doing something, making too much noise. Got to close it. But so much for nature coming into my house. Um, but it's so many bad things happening, and I always said I do not want to be that mother that's on the Channel 3 news talking about, oh, find my baby, or I don't know what happened, and, or this happened to my child, or this, no. It's time for us to homeschool our children. And I know if you're a single mother, I know it's hard. Trust me, I used to be a single mother. It's hard. Back when I was a single mother, of course, you know, that option was there. It's a little different. But I had family, and things weren't as bad in the school system as they are now. So my kids did go to public school. Eric did private and public, and then home school. So he did all three. Tiffany did public, and Kaya is doing private, public, and homeschool. Um, and it's a different day and age, you know. Times are different, so you gotta do something different. What you did for your kids back in the '90s, you cannot do for your kids today. Um, so it's just a different climate. It's a different day, and things are not as safe as they used to be. So we really got to do our due diligence and look out for our children. And you know, if you have to have your kids go to public school because you work and you can't, you know, I understand. And I ain't mad at you. I'm just going to ask you to please pay attention to your children. Ask them, you know, how was school? What happened at school? You know, just ask them those types of questions because you need to know. Okay? And just, you know, do as much research as you can on things that's going on around you. Watch the news, you know, just so you know, because things are happening every day. And if you don't watch the news because you're so caught up in, you know, the Atlanta Housewives or, you know, soap operas or whatever, you're so caught up into that, then you're ignoring the most important things that's right under your nose, which is your children. So please take care of yourselves, take care of your children, love on them, love yourself most importantly. And that way you can learn to love others. Later.